Today we're going to do some Qigong, Qi energy like prana, Gong working with Qi, working with energy. And to begin our session we're going to do something called Do In, which is really basically stimulating and balancing and getting all the energy that flows through our body down the meridian systems. We're going to get that to really flow nicely. And so first of all we just think about the standing position. All of Tai Chi work and Qigong work is done standing, so making sure that we're not leaning to one side, almost falling over, balancing ourselves evenly with the feet straight ahead, okay? And you can lift the toes and just spread the base of the feet so you get a really nice firm base. And we don't keep the knees tight, we just bend them slightly but not too much, so it's important just to relax the knees down to tuck the tail of the spine in. So really it's just a case of relaxing down just a very slight bit, just taking the tightness, the tautness off the back of the knees, and that has the effect of bringing in the spine, so you don't have an arch here where you'll get tension, and where you get tension then it's difficult for the Qi to flow. Okay, so feet straight ahead, hip width apart for this, and just relaxing down a little bit, just releasing the tension off the back of the knees and just sitting slightly, very slightly, not too much, otherwise you'll cause strain. Okay, and we begin by making a fist, but it's very relaxed, and the wrist needs to stay relaxed as well, and we're going to work down the arms first, and we start in this area and we just gently give that a little pound, and then down to just below the elbow on the top of this muscle here. And if you like, you can do it with the hands open. Try both and see which you prefer. And then you come down to the wrist and do the inside of the wrist where all the pulses are, and then you can come up and keeping the arms relaxed and the wrist relaxed, going down the side of the body. And we tend to work down, going up to the armpit and down, because there is a flow to all the meridians, and we'll learn about that as we go. And we do that 3 times, and one more time into the shoulder area, and then down to just below the elbow, down to the wrist, inner wrists, and then under the armpits, and we go back to the armpit and down each time because of this flow. And last time, down to the elbow, down towards the wrist, back to the armpit and down the side of the body. And then just let the arm relax and feel the difference between that arm and the one you haven't done yet. Nice and light and energetic feeling. So we do the same on the other side. So starting in this area here, this is to actually stimulate all the main meridians, which you'll be able to look at online, and we will learn about as we go a little bit. But the main thing in these sessions is to work with the Qi, and for you to get an experience of that. And if you want to know more about the details of the elements, the meridians, then you know there's plenty online, and we can start to look at that. So just pounding gently, not hurting yourself, not trying to bruise yourself, but gently, and then down to just below the elbows. And while you're doing this, try and think about the tummy area and working with your weight or your mind down in the tummy area. It's so you get a more solid base. And then up towards the armpit and down the side. And we'll do that a couple more times. And then down towards the elbow. And you'll often get a sensation one side more than the other. This is quite a strong point on the meridian, so sometimes it feels a little bit sharp, a little bit pain, but don't start beating yourself up, okay? It will move, the energy will move, and that's what we're doing. And then up under the armpit and down the side. And the last time, starting at the shoulder area. And then down, following the meridian down towards just below the elbow, and try it with your hand open, you may prefer that, and then down to the wrist, keeping it all relaxed, and then under the arms and down the side of the body. And relax the arms down. Now that feels really nice and light and fluid and flexible, and so now we're going to begin on the back area, the kidney area, and you give this a really good rub, quite vigorous, and you can go from side to side or up and down. This really wakes you up if you can do this on a morning. If you can do the dough in on a morning, a brilliant way to get the day going. And then down towards the buttocks and give them a good pound with the back of the wrist there. And also down to the coccyx, base of the spine. Really get that going as well. And then we're going to go down the back of the legs, and it's nice patting, coming up from the toes, up the front of the legs, and then back down the back of the legs. Give the toes a little pound, and back up the front of the legs. One more time down the back. And when we come up this time, we'll come up the front of the legs and give the inside of the legs a good pat as well. So we've now got Tiggs joining us. He's a master, loves his Tai Chi, and really he just wants me to do this to him. Anyway, now we just take some of that lovely Chi and hitting this area here, okay, and really waking that up. And again, think about the tummy, knees slightly bent, just very slightly, and try and take the weight in your mind down to the tummy area. This is an important area for Qigong and Tai Chi and all the martial arts. Okay, now then, we'll just do the front of the legs. There's big meridians coming up here, and so just lifting the arms gently through the air, let them fall, and lift them up again, make a little fist, let it fall, lift them up again, and let it fall. And the sides of the knees here, give them a nice slap. And then taking your feet apart, just start to circle the knees. And circling. Tiggs can't do that at this part actually, but he's still hoping to get a shiatsu in, I think. Go on, you naughty boy. And then in the opposite direction. So this is really working the ankles, the knees, the hips. Yeah, that's really good for the lower part of the body. Okay. And then bring the feet back together, hip width apart. And we'll work on the hip area, just gently rotating it, circling it. And as you're circling, be aware of the base of the feet, the sole of the feet, and the weight as it goes from the side back to the heels, to the other side, to the feet, circling round, being very conscious of what you're doing, very mindful, and then reversing. Keeping an awareness of the weight on the soles of the feet. This is a massage for that as well. And relax the hands. Now we're going to do the shoulder area, and just making a gentle fist, pop it here. And we're going to do one arm circling and then another arm circling, and making a sort of figure of 8 shape, opening out the shoulder blades, moving the hips, trying to keep the tension down in the tummy area. This is called the dandian, just below the tummy button, and it's where we have a big storehouse of energy. It's also a big nervous ganglion, but for chi, we gather and send out chi and work from this area. So we'll be learning how to do that in the next few sessions. And now reverse. Really opening out under the armpit, opening out the shoulders, a nice flow down to the hip cage. Now we'll put it together and opening out and down a little bit, lifting, breathing in and down, breathing out. We'll do a few of those. And as we're lifting the arms, imagine that, just an idea, we're lifting them through all that chi, opening out and coming down with it. Now, reverse. And then give yourself a good shake. Now we're just going to go across the head, patting just gently. Relaxed hands, just gently patting down. And at the sides, and pulling the ears. Give the earlobes a good stretch down, and then pull outwards round the edges of the ears. Give them a really good squeeze and pull, and then rubbing the back of the neck. And just massaging down here. Just a little bit down the face. And relax the hands. So everything should feel really nice and vibrant and moving. We've just got all the chi moving nicely, flowing, because it gets blocked up because of our postures, because of our lifestyles, because of our emotions. So something like do in on a morning, which takes about 10 minutes, that's all to do. We'll just get everything going, everything in the right place, all the energy flowing beautifully. So I really recommend it to you. And the combination of Qigong and pranayama is really a super way of looking after the body and the mind. Well, we've got a really lovely sunny day today here, and it's lovely to share it with you. Tomorrow we've got snow, so it'll be back indoors for us. Do take care, and I hope be well. Thank you.